runs on energy. Most of that energy comes from fossil fuels, such as oil and gas, also known as petroleum. Thousands of everyday products and technologies are petroleum-based. This includes electricity, travel, cell phones, clothing, makeup, cookware, sports equipment, life-saving medical devices, and 99% of medicine. As companies seek innovative ways to improve sustainability, petroleum continues to turn the things we rely on every day into reality.
Petroleum is made from the remains of ancient organisms, including plants and algae, that have been exposed to extreme pressure and heat over a long period of time. People have used petroleum-derived materials for thousands of years. In America, the Iroquois were the first to use them for medicinal purposes over 500 years ago. Humans are addicted to energy, and having sources of energy that are brought about in an efficient manner and in an environmentally conscious manner are key to all of us. It's key to human survival. Maybe one day there'll be something else, but today oil and gas play a major role in our lives. Not just fuel for cars, but it's all the other products that are not only supported by oil and gas, but have some type of petroleum molecule in them. And that can't just be swapped immediately. So in the meantime, how do we extract oil and gas quicker, at less cost, with less environmental impact?
Hydraulic fracturing, or fracking, is a drilling method used to extract petroleum, oil, or natural gas from deep within the earth.
I think a common misconception that there's these pools of oil that exist in the ground, and if you just drill down, you can suck them out with a straw. That's not really how it works. Typically, oil and gas is inside of the rock, and fracturing is required to let that oil be able to escape.
Fracking is a process by which water, sand, and chemicals are injected at very high pressures into the earth to crack open sedimentary rock to release trapped oil and gas within them. Hydraulic fracturing was first used in 1949. Since then, companies have used hydraulic fracturing to extract oil and gas from hard-to-reach formations.
Like any industry, the fracking industry continues to evolve. This industry's been around for a long time. There's a lot of legacy equipment out there that still runs, it still works fine, but as that equipment continues to age and gets older and gets more difficult and more costly to work on, operators look for a more advanced, newer technology that is more efficient, more economic, and more environmentally responsible. And that's where VortexPrime from Catalyst comes in, and other technologies that allow us to run the fracking equipment exclusively on natural gas as opposed to diesel like legacy equipment.
Catalyst Energy Services provides services and solutions to operators in the energy industry. The company also focuses on advancing technology, making hydraulic fracturing operations cleaner, safer, and more efficient. With their introduction of VortexPrime, the first of its kind natural gas-powered direct drive turbine frac technology, Catalyst Energy Services strives to provide safer and more optimized production. VortexPrime debuted in 2022 and is designed to improve efficiency and reduce environmental impact.
Catalyst Energy Services was founded with the belief that innovation, technology, and efficiency are key to transforming our industry, especially as it relates to hydraulic fracturing. Catalyst Energy Services' patented and patents pending VortexPrime solution utilizes natural gas instead of diesel, which reduces greenhouse gas equivalent emissions up to 40% and reduces on-site waste 95%. VortexPrime streamlines fracking operations so that fewer pumps are needed compared to conventional technologies. We're able to reduce an operator's footprint by up to 55%.
We put a lot of time and research into VortexPrime. We knew we had to be reliable. We knew we had to generate quite a bit of horsepower and perform. So in order to do that, we had to come up with the right components to get to that point. So we've moved into using military-grade components. If we couldn't find an acceptable one already on shelf, we had it made. So we built this unit, we chose the components, we even went as far as the technology for the control systems, we did all in-house, specific to our turbines. We're taking typically 10 units now on location. The rig up time, the rig down time was tremendously reduced. Components that are used on location now, the consumables, is cut in half. The fuel, again, you're running only 10 units and they're running on natural gas, which is emissions friendly.
We wanted to create a situation where there was less impact on the environment, on the communities that we work in and around, and this technology does that. We've got a much smaller footprint, so you don't have to disturb as much of the wildlife, you don't have to disturb as much of the environment, you don't need as large a location to work on. Advancements in the industry have reduced the reliance on fresh water. 90% of frac water comes from produced non-drinkable water. So we're not taking fresh water away from communities, farmers, agricultural. And then there's just a lot of things that operators are doing to protect the environment aside from the equipment itself. One thing I appreciate about the oil field is it doesn't matter the color of the iron, it doesn't matter the color of the coveralls. If we learn something that improves our ability to keep our guys safe, we share that not only with our customers, but we share that with our peers across the board.
With VortexPrime, Catalyst Energy Services is able to increase efficiency, improve safety, and lower the environmental impact on our world.
Building technology for a cleaner future. Visit CatalystEnergyServices.com.